All right, Gabrielle. So everyone wants to hear the story about us getting married on a TV show.
It's a doozy.
I know that the two of you over the last few days have done a lot of soul searching. Now, all of you know how big this decision is for Jesse and Gabrielle. And so, I must ask that time-honored question. Is there anybody here who does not think that these two should be married?
It's actually not, but I mean, we did that.
We did that.
We got married on a TV show. Oh my God. I'm sure their relationship's going to last a long time. 13 years later. 13?
Yeah.
14 in December?
14 in December.
Damn.
I know.
Look at you looking better than you did then.
Well, thanks.
Like a fine wine. Mm-mm-mm.
You too.
So, we'll tell you guys that story. And then someone else, they keep asking, like I've seen this multiple times. Gabrielle, what did you see in Jesse that initially attracted you to him? I'll tell you or she can tell you, and then I'll tell you what the real answer is. But
I think I know what you're going to say.
So before we do that, though, we have lots of really awesome videos. So if you want to see them, go watch them. But also subscribe and ring the bell so you know next time we upload.
And like this video.
Yeah. Yeah, comment and stuff. Share it. You're not going to want to miss the one we just recorded about Postmates. That is going to get us kicked off YouTube, but it is also really, really funny.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it's good. So, Gabrielle.
What attracted me
You can answer
to
first,
you?
and then I'll tell you guys the real answer. Go.
I had a boyfriend when we met.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bad girl. So that was the first one. She
it wasn't really a boyfriend.
Can't have it, so I gotta have it.
Loose term. I was seeing someone. Remember that? I'm seeing him.
It means
Not
like someone that I used to be
not
together with, but like
exclusive.
now we just like sleep together and hang
We were never
out.
officially together. Ever.
When you were sleeping with him, would you sleep with other people though?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I would have fucking known that the first weekend I met you then, because I would have tapped that something mean.
I'm not that kind of girl.
I mean, you just said that you're sleeping with other people while you're sleeping with him, so.
Not people I just met. I've never had a one night stand in my life. Bible.
I would have been a one night stand.
Chloe. So what did I see in Jesse? He was funny. Obviously, y'all know he's funny. He still makes me laugh a lot. He's confident. I appreciate that in a person. And he's obviously very cute. I mean, look at him. Although when I met him, he did have bleach blonde hair. That is the first thing I changed when we started dating. I told him he could dye it blonde.
Like you've got control over what I do.
So, what else? Honestly, he was just really persistent.
How'd I do the first time I tapped that ass though?
It was good. It was a fun time. Good time.
Pretty important factor.
Yeah. He was a good kisser too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just, we have a lot of fun. Like, I just had a lot of fun with him. I think the night that he chose to burn a Christmas tree with me, was a solid soul connection right there.
I was going to actually take this conversation a different direction, but now I'll tell you this too, is like, I always, of all the people where I can kind of look and figure them out, I knew exactly what she was thinking all the time. Like in almost a bizarre way where like, it was like.
We're connected.
Yeah. Like I knew exactly what she was thinking and feeling all the time. And like, when we came, like, so we spent the night, the December 29th, and then I came back on New Year's Eve, and I could just tell that she was like, does he think that we're just like automatically just going to hook up because we hooked up last time? And I was like, all right. And I just didn't even try even a little bit. Like I intentionally didn't try because I knew that's what she was thinking. And so like by the early morning, she's just rolling over and like sitting on my lap. She's all, hi. And like, dude, if I would have pushed it, she'd been like, oh my God, he's so annoying. So I always knew how to act because I always knew what she was thinking. Always. I still do. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't really need to speculate now.
I mean, not about that.
Not about anything. You're like, hey, what am I doing with my hair? I'm like, I ask you, like, like today. Yeah. But yeah, the other thing too.
But really, should I dye my hair brown?
It's up to you.
All brown? Keep the blonde?
It's up to you.
Can't tell.
Gabrielle is going to be the main one driving this channel in about 3 months, I bet. It'll take 3 months, and then she's going to, like, because she's better at social media than I am.
It's just hard for me to sometimes get a word in edgewise because homeboy over here has carried channels by himself for a very, very long time. So
I will just give the template is
just
very,
will
very simple.
Keep talking and talking and talking.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about like management of the channel.
I'm going to be the social media manager?
That's correct.
Got it. Okay. But also what I said.
I mean, that's just kind of what I do. Yappity yap yap.
So where were we?
I think also that Gabrielle always had a boyfriend, and I was very confident out of the gate. I was like, oh, this is going to be my girl forever.
Well, also when I met you, I had like made it, because I had always had boyfriends. I had made it like a point. I don't know what other girls can relate to this. If you've had boyfriends like your whole life, sometimes you get to this point where you're like, I'm done with relationships. Like, I just want to go out and have fun and like hook up with guys and just be free. Like, I really like had that intention in my mind, and then this guy entered my life, so it didn't last very long.
That's the same thing that happened to me, actually. The guy, like anybody who's actually really watched my content and listened to me tell stories about Amberly, that was my relationship right before. And I was like, dude, when I got rid of her, oh my God, I was like, it felt like someone lifted a weighted blanket off me. Like, it was like I didn't even realize how much I was choking under her. I was like, oh my God. Like, and that's why I remember breaking up with her, because she went home for the weekend, and I was hanging out with like Mike and Jason, all these guys. And I thought to myself, I was like, oh my, like one of them was all, dude, she's probably just never going to come back. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my God, please God. And I was 100% serious. I'm like, okay, if
not a good sign.
That's not a good sign. If I would have been completely fine with her never coming back. Like, as a matter of fact, that sounded awesome. And literally the day she came back, I had already packed my shit, and I was like, look, like, this is my house, figure it out. I'm going to go live with this guy for a month.
You got a month.
Get out. Figure it out. She left that house.
I had never lived with a guy before you.
Dude. Yeah, it's because you were 21 when I met you.
That's true.
Yeah. She's the only one that I ever lived with. And I lived with her for like, I don't know, 6-7 months, something like that.
Sounds like it was a great time for you.
Oh, dude. It was just mind-numbing by the end. It was just like, I mean, that's how it's good to have a relationship like that, though. So then when you're actually like with the person you're supposed to, it's like you have something to compare it to, where it's like, like I could have never married any other girl that I ever even dated for like 2 weeks. Like, there's never been a girl that I was together with, that I dated, that I would have lasted at all with. Like, I'm not wired for marriage. It's only because it's you that it works.
I could see this.
Yeah.
So, how did we get married on TV?
Oh, shit, I forgot that was the topic of the fucking... What the
and
what?
We're back.
I'm probably going to have to edit a lot of that, dude. I literally completely forgot about that.
We're dating. Mm-hmm. We had been dating for not that long.
No, we had been together for a year and a half, something like that.
Probably like a year, a little over a year, because the whole process from start to us getting married was a couple months.
Yeah.
And then we had been like dating for like 18 months when we got married.
Yeah.
So we were dating, and I had gone back to school for acupuncture. I left my career.
Yeah. I was just gonna, like, if you ever go online and you see like a listing, it's all casting for blah, blah, blah.
Hold on. I'm not there yet.
There's nothing, I mean.
No, you don't want to share why I was looking for listings? Oh, okay, fine. So I went on Craigslist and was looking for jobs, and I typed in the word fun, looking for a fun job, and it was the first thing that came up. It's like the CW's casting fun, outgoing couples who have been together a year or more but haven't taken the next step.
Yeah.
And then the bottom says cash and prizes or compensation, $100,000 in cash and prizes.
Yeah.
And at this point, like, I'm in school, I'm not bringing in any money. I'm
It's
like going into debt.
2008.
Yeah.
So like the end of the fight, like the market had just completely imploded.
It was, not a,
That would have
whatever.
been a good game show right there. They're all, hey, so talk us through how fucking desperate you are for money. And people are like, I'm so desperate.
Sounded like a fucking fortune.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, you're home today. Send them an email about us with some photos. And we both thought it was like a ha-ha.
We thought it was like the newlywed game. Like
but
we thought
we
it was
also
like
thought that there was not. It was just like, sure, go send it off. Like we didn't put a lot of thought into it. And they called you, what, like 5 minutes later?
They called so fast, dude. They called so fast. Like I wrote out like yada, 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 and attached pictures. They called so fast. Like it was just like, hey, we got your thing. And, we'd love to meet with you guys and yada, yada. Like the first casting that we went to was at a bar in San Diego. It was at the Hard Rock. Mm-hmm. And we went there. We had 2 drinks. And I remember inside of 10 minutes, 5 minutes from when I sat down, was on camera, I knew we were going to get cast. Like I fucking knew it, dude. It was just one of those things where like, cause they were asking me questions and I had the whole room just fucking dying laughing. And I knew that you were in before me. And I'm like, okay, so they're going to combine this performance with that fucking dime piece. We're getting picked for sure. And like, I knew it. And then, so we didn't even know like how many people we were up against. We didn't even know what it was. But so they picked us. We went to like the next, and the
next one was they brought us to the producer.
No. There was one in between. There was
really?
There was
there
an yeah. There was one in LA too. Like another one in LA where
I don't remember.
Yeah, they brought us, but like the other ones, we could see the other couples that we were up against. Like so, and, like again, I just looked and I was like, I don't see any real serious competition. The funny thing though is like in the final one. And this was at the actual network. So they brought the final, I think there was like 4 couples that were like in the finals, maybe 5, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But so we knew this was the last step and that the network was going to pick their favorite couple out of this group.
No, the last interview was them shopping it to the network. Like they were like,
no.
It hadn't been picked up yet. No, they were like, these are our people.
I'm saying that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And the other, wait, did we do that without them? No.
No, they were there.
The other couples were there.
They kicked me under the table.
The other couples were there.
Oh.
The other couples were there and they brought us and they told us in advance. They were like, listen, because we had done a bunch of interviews and they kept on trying to grill us on like, what are you guys going to fight about? What are you going to fight about?
Right?
They need to know like what the story of the show is going to be. And, we kind of played it like they were like, look, we really want you to play up Gabrielle's.
I wonder how long our NDA is good for.
Oh, it doesn't matter now, dude. But they were like, they're like, we really want you to play up the Gabrielle's abandonment issues because her dad was never around. And so I was like, all right, because they're like, the network is not going to want to hear that like, oh, you're never going to fight and great because in the first
they need like a
cinematic
arc.
Now I remember was arc when we were in LA the other time and they isolated us and interviewed us. I remember they were like, so what would you do if Gabrielle like, I don't know, slept with another guy? And it was that dude, Adam. And he was like, and I was like, I'm like, I don't know. It would never happen. He's
oh my God, Adam.
Yeah. And he's like, so I don't know. Like, do you ever think that she's just going to leave you and go find someone with money? And I was like, do you ever think I'm going to break your arm and fuck you with it? And I just remember like he kept pressing me. And I was like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy, dude? And then afterwards, that's what it was. They were like, they needed to see if they could press a person and they get mad or whatever. And then so they told us going into the network one, they're all, don't just say that you're always going to get along, play up. So that's how we played it. Was like, I'm all in and she might run away.
Runaway bride.
That's exactly how they played it on the show.
Yeah.
But as expected, we got cast. Out of everyone,
we were the pilot.
Out of everyone in the country that they interviewed, fucking hundreds of people, they picked us out of everyone.
We were the one. Oh no! So they filmed our. That's what it was. They filmed our episode, and then it was our episode that they shopped.
No.
Yes, they filmed.
Gabrielle, that's not how the shit works.
Pilot. No, they filmed the pilot, and then that's why our episode looks so different from the others because they filmed ours, they liked it, and then they had to change it.
You're 75% right.
Ugh.
They shop the show. The network buys it. The network pays for one episode. Based on that episode, they decide if they're going to take it to series or not. That's what happened. So CW had bought it. We did the pilot. Like I said, 75% right.
I was right in my brain.
Oh, I identified as right.
I identify as correct.
I identify as having been correct.
I am.
Yeah. So they picked us. We did the show and like, people always ask us like, they're like, so how much of it was real? And none of it was real.
We got married.
Yeah.
That was real.
The wedding was real, but literally like I mean, at some point, once this channel gets bigger, like once this channel is really, really big, we'll do like an event where we'll actually play the whole thing. Because you can't find it anywhere. Like you can find clips of it, which I'll include in this video. But you can't. The whole thing. But I'm saying online, it's nowhere. Online? Mm-hmm. You have the whole thing online?
Sure do.
Oh, in like a Dropbox or something? Mm-mm. Where?
My Facebook.
Wow. Well, look at that. Take it down because we're going to live stream it sometime. But
that's what I did with it.
That's what you did?
On our anniversary when we were in Utah.
Oof. It's a rough fucking year, man.
Jesse's favorite time in our whole marriage.
Oh.
That'll be another video. Someone asked us to share about when we went through difficult times and like how that worked and how we got through it. So we'll share that story one time too because we've had them.
Peaches and cream, that story. Fucking amazing year.
We had a baby. She was real cute.
Yeah, there was nothing about that. There was extra trauma while I was unemployed in Utah with absolutely no idea I was ever going to make money ever again. Oh, I'm my third daughter. Perfect. But yeah, like when they started the show, which ultimately we learned was you're getting married in 7 days, or at the altar you have to run away. That's the plot of the show.
That's the premise, yeah.
So the whole entire show is them trying to fuck with you to get you to fight and freak out. And they figured out within 2 scenes, like
it wasn't gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen, dude. Like you're not. Me and her, we might yell at other people, but we're never gonna yell at each other. Like there's nothing you can do, dude. Like you're not going to get me to yell at her ever. She's not going to yell at me. You can get us mad at someone else. We'll fucking light their shit up. But we're never yelling at each other, ever. So, what do you want us to do? Like, seriously, what do you want us to do?
We can act.
Yep. And so they were like, no, it's got to be authentic. We're like, just give us a run, man. So one scene, they're like, okay, in this one, do blah, blah, blah. And we did the scene, and you just saw their eyes were this big. They were like, oh, shit. Oh, shit, son. These motherfuckers can't act. And so the entire thing's fake. All of it. Every single bit of it. I threw her ex-boyfriend into a fire. Fake. All of it's fucking fake, dude. The entire thing is fake. But we'll show it someday. Gabrielle, since other people have asked this a million times, what is the one scene in the startup reality show that was not real?
Oh, the marriage counseling.
Told you guys.
Yeah.
Told you guys. People are like,
was like painful to sit there too. Oh. That was like not fun acting.
It was like, total fake. Yeah.
Because like I'm not a big therapy person anyway. So to have them include
we
that.
would never go to fucking.
Literally
we would
fucking
never
never.
go to couples therapy, dude.
Ever.
Dude, I didn't even think about that. There's actually a video of us in couples therapy. We would fucking never do couples therapy.
Never.
That was completely fake.
I mean, if it works for you in your relationship, by all means, continue doing what works. That's my motto in life. If you do something differently than us and it works for you, don't change it. But
shit ain't not for us. Both of us are not talk therapy people, like at all. And certainly not together. But yeah, that for and Greg Goldman, the producer of the show, has produced a million shows.
He probably did that part on purpose.
Well, no, he came up to me before we went in there and he was like, listen, he's like, this scene, he knew I would do anything to sell the show because the show was the company. If the show goes series, my company blows up.
It's and like free advertising.
We're DraftKings. It would have been the equivalent of hundreds of millions of dollars of free advertising. So it was like, and he knew it. And so like, he was going to ask me to cry in therapy. And that's the one thing during this Hitch or Ditch show.
There were 2 things in Hitch or Ditch that you wouldn't do.
That's true. They asked me, but they wanted me to cry on the night before the wedding, where they were like, they're all just kind of like, you talk to your friend, we'll use a little Visine, and you go, I can't believe I'm getting married tomorrow. I was like, no fucking chance. And they're like, and they couldn't believe it because I had said yes to literally every single thing. And they're like, wait, what? They were like
toxic masculinity, Jesse.
They were shocked. I was like, I'm not fucking doing it, dude. I'm not like, that's not happening. And then the other one was, they were like, here, Jesse, take a bite off her ice cream. I was like, I'm not fucking doing that.
I think they wanted you to lick my ice cream.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I mean, I could suck one of these producers' dicks also if you want.
Oh,
but then for the other one, he was like, listen, he's like, this scene sells the fucking show. He's like, get in there, cry. He's like, cry about like He's like, this is where you're gonna get the audience so engaged in your fucking story. And I was like, cool.
He wasn't wrong.
I don't know. I can't watch that scene because I know it's fake and weird. You know, I can't.
It was a good scene. It just wasn't real.
Yeah. Everything else is real. They did a great job going behind the scenes and getting knowing everyone was basically conspiring against me, like where they're doing the same thing as they did for us, except in this case, I was so emotionally invested in what we were doing that they were fucking running me around like, yeah, totally. Because they knew, like, do you know how easy it was for Joe to fucking piss me off, like, or know exactly how to push me to get me mad, and then Chase and fucking, you know, Mike, they were just like, oh, what's wrong, Jesse? You didn't turn in your
Like a really good show.
That show not going to series is it defies every.
Now we get to write our own show.
It's true.
Yeah.
The fact that it took us this long to do this, actually, given that, like,
fucking stupid.
We were the first ones that got out of everyone they fucking did in the hundreds of people in the country. They're all those ones, and we're all, let's start a YouTube in fucking 100 years.
13 years later.
Yeah.
But here we are.
So dumb. But a year from now, it's gonna be blown up. Probably sooner than that, actually, but we'll see. Slow and steady. I always thought Jesse on Fire would just blow up out of nowhere, but it's just, you know.
That's how it goes.
One of those things.
It's hard in the YouTube world, so help us out.
Yeah.
Subscribe, ring the bell, like the video, tell your friends.
Bye.